Hi, buongiorno, and welcome back to Italian with Sandra. Um, Please do like, subscribe, and share the video if you think it can be useful to somebody else as well. I hope you are enjoying the sessions with me. We are going through some grammar and also clarifying some of what can be doubts for many, really. I do take ideas from my own students. What I haven't said so far yet is that I do private lessons. Probably I sound a little bit more chirpy during my lessons. Maybe I get bored with myself. Um, so if you are interested in private lessons, do comment and contact me through the channel. So today, what we are going to do, we're going to see a verb, how to translate a specific verb. So I will be battling with the usual whiteboards that I still don't like. So I'm hoping they're gonna do another upgrade very soon, meaning change into something different, whatever it is. As I said before, not necessarily better. So the verb we are going to look at today, so how to translate it from English into Italian, is the verb to enjoy, which is used quite a lot in English, but it doesn't always translate fantastically in Italian. I should really, I do, I do. Make notes sometimes of some strange things that my students say sometimes with their own, I mean, they're completely aware that I do take notes and I laugh, and they do laugh. We all laugh together. So sometimes I say that one day they were actually with all these some made up words, including mine, I have to say, in both languages. We can make a new language, a completely new, like a completely new language. So let's share this board and let's see if we can make it work. I don't know, as well as possible. So the board is loading. Right, so we said we are going to be slow today. We're going to see the verb to enjoy in English. Um, Thank you very much. I can actually use it now. First of all, let's separate. Let's see the difference in English when we are saying to, let's use capital letters, to enjoy oneself. No, let's get rid of this, otherwise you cannot see. Which is different from to enjoy. It's not just different from the grammar point of view, which basically the first one, to enjoy oneself, is reflexive, for those who know what a reflexive verb is. And to enjoy is not reflexive, but obviously the meaning is a little bit different as well. So to enjoy oneself basically means to have fun. So how do we say to have fun in Italian? It is this. There it is. Divertirsi. So the verb to enjoy oneself is translated in Italian with divertirsi, which is also a reflexive verb. But this is not the one that we're going to talk about today, because translating to enjoy oneself into divertirsi is quite straightforward. Instead, we're going to see how to translate to enjoy when we are saying, I enjoy doing something or I enjoy something. because the very first verb, when you go in the dictionary, the very first verb, when you go into the dictionary or you put the word, the verb onto an online dictionary on its own without a context, the very first verb that you get is godersi, which is not what you need to use most of the times. In fact, 99% of the times is not what you need. So let's see what to do instead. Obviously, you can go on the online apps or whatever they are. There's Google Translate, Reverso, Word Reference. If you put a whole sentence, they will give you a good or decent translation in context. This you have to always think about the context, remember, when you're translating. So to enjoy, let's say we are enjoying doing something, so followed by a verb, basically. When we say that we enjoy, let's write a sentence. I enjoy going to the cinema. Going to the cinema. There it is. So do not use the verb that I've just mentioned. I'm not going to mention it again. So you, just in case you don't know it, so you're not going to memorize it and try and use it when you don't have to. So one way to say I enjoy going to the cinema is just going for mi piace. Mi piace, which means I like. Mi piace andare al cinema. So that is the easiest translation, or if you know how to use mi piace, obviously, but it is quite easy. When you're using a verb, just mi piace, I like, and then to go to the cinema in this case. Another way that we can translate this same sentence is vado volentieri al cinema. Volentieri al cinema. So instead of using a verb, like enjoy is a verb, we're adding another word. So I go volentieri to the cinema. Volentieri literally means willingly, or how I can volunteer, like voluntarily. I don't know. By my own choice, basically. However, a little bit better translation would be gladly. I go gladly to the cinema. I go with pleasure to the cinema. Or of my own accord. I'm not forced to go to the cinema. Literally. But obviously, when you are when you're using in this context, you can translate it either I go gladly somewhere or simply with I enjoy going to the cinema. So you just have, it's not a literal translation, it's not a direct, let's say, translation of the verb to enjoy, but this is the best translation in the sense, not because I'm telling you it is the best. You need to think about how certain things are said by Italians, by Italian people, not translating word by word. So don't be scared to come away sometimes from the word order that you have in English, or the structure. So trying to translate verb with another verb, etc. And then what do we have? So this is with verbs, when you enjoy doing something. So you can apply this for all verbs. Mi piace, I like, or volentieri, gladly or happily, depending on the context again. You can also use in English, you can say I enjoy followed by something. So not a verb, but a noun. For example, yesterday I enjoyed a good meal. If you say it in English still, but with different words, basically it's like yesterday I had a good meal. I had a good meal, so I liked the meal that I had. Or how else can you say it? Well, more or less it's like that. So again, in Italian, we cannot use that verb again that I said, that I told you not to use, the godersi verb, cannot use it here. Instead, we can write it again in a different way. We can say, we can in fact take the emphasis out of the person who enjoyed the meal and instead put the whole emphasis on the meal itself. For example, ieri, you can all change this. I'm trying not to make it too long, but ieri, so you can write il pranzo o cena di ieri era molto buono. So in this case, you are instead concentrating on the lunch itself, the meal itself, instead of yourself. Otherwise, you can basically follow the same, having the same subject that you have in English here. For example, ieri ho mangiato un buon pranzo. But again, we have avoided using the actual verb to enjoy, and instead we are concentrating, we're focusing on the lunch, which was very good. So it's the same thing, for example, yesterday I enjoyed a good movie. The same, you can say, ieri ho visto un bel film. Yesterday I watched a good film. Let me just write the example here. So, ieri ho guardato un bel film. So again, you're not using the same word order, the same construction, but you're still saying that yesterday you watched the film and you liked it. And now finally, let's come to this, to the verb that you are going to find when you go to the dictionary. It should be the very first one really that comes up, or for especially in a paper dictionary, it would be the first. But I think also online, if you only type the verb enjoy or to enjoy, you'd probably get this. However, as I said, this you should leave this one for very, very specific expressions. So let me give you a couple of examples. Almost the phrases that you hear, you read, maybe some, in a book. Godersi un meritato riposo, for example. So to enjoy a welcome or deserved rest. So after a very long day, for example, you can say, I'm going to enjoy a good rest. I'm gonna have a good rest. Maybe you don't say it in the case in English, in fact. So in Italian, dopo una lunga giornata, cioè long day, mi godo un meritato riposo. I enjoy well-deserved rest. Another example where you can use this verb. Again, almost a phrase. Godersi i frutti del proprio lavoro, which is to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Again, it's almost a phrase, a ready-made phrase that you wouldn't, even in English, you wouldn't say it in any other way. Just that's how everybody would say it. So these are a couple of examples only where you can use the verb. You're allowed to use the verb godersi, which is reflexive again. There is godere as well, but I think we can just leave that. It really is not important. You may not see it as often. So these are the most important ones. As I said, first of all, difference between enjoy oneself and to enjoy oneself and to enjoy. The first one is to have fun. So you use the verb divertirsi, which is reflexive, and you conjugate it as normal as any other reflexive verb. This one also happens to be a regular verb. When you enjoy something instead, so you've got a noun afterwards, well, no, sorry, not yet, not yet. Here we are still enjoying doing something. So examples to enjoy going to the cinema or any other action. You can use either mi piace as a verb, or you can use volentieri, meaning you do something gladly, happily. The second example was with a noun. So you can enjoy a meal, enjoy a movie, enjoy somebody's company, so the company of somebody. In this case, as I said, you can change the sentence completely, in the sense, change the focus of the sentence, the way you have it in English, and the way you have it in Italian. Instead of I enjoyed a good meal, you can say that yesterday the meal you had was good. Or otherwise, you can say I had a meal which was good. So I've given you here the examples with a meal which was buono, remember, and a film, a movie which was bello. Little difference. One day we'll do how to translate good. What is buono, bello, bravo. We'll do that separately, not here. The verb that I advised you to avoid from the beginning is the verb godersi or godere. So you have a reflexive or not. I've given you a couple of phrases. Godersi un meritato riposo, to enjoy well-deserved rest. Godersi i frutti del proprio lavoro, which is to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So the ones that you have here on the left are the examples, the context that you're going to find more often. So I'm going to end it here, and I hope you'll find it useful. And hopefully, if you had a doubt, you don't have it anymore. So as I said earlier, please like, subscribe, and share the video if you think that somebody may benefit from it. So until the next session, we'll see what to do. Bye bye. Ciao.